This is the description of the Russian palace she shows up at to do her first surgery.
So you may or may not have seen some angry comments under this reel, and I feel like they need some context. Reese Witherspoon seems to have co-authored a book featuring a Russian oligarch as maybe a villain. I'm not sure, not the protagonist for sure, but he's the one who hires a protagonist to do some nefarious things for him. And just let me say, it's not about how Russian characters are presented positively or negatively, it's about cultural presence itself. It's about mental space that Russia is allowed to take up in your minds as audience, which therefore prolongs its cultural relevance. Whenever Russia is brought up as anything else than a state that is currently waging a war of aggression, and it's not even its first war of aggression in recent decades, and it's not its first genocide in history, it's a problem, because it decenters what it actually is, and instead centers what you are used to seeing it as, which is acceptable exotic. This is what I call it. Russian oligarchs are part of the same aesthetic as Russian ballet and, vodka balalaika, and that Russian dance that is actually not a Russian dance, it's a Circassian dance, which you didn't know because Russia almost successfully genocided Circassians out of existence. It's all like quaint, original, and whimsy, but also white and Christian, so acceptable exotic. Russians can be presented as evil or funny or sometimes a little scary, but always entertaining, which again decenters the war and recenters the wrong stuff. And Reese Witherspoon isn't clueless about what she does. Let's not forget that one time when she chose a book by what seems like a huge fan of Russia for her book club, she knows what's trending, she knows what the demand is, and you can trust that she's here to provide, which tips us off to a larger cultural problem. So it's not like an attack on her personally. In 2022, she tweeted about supporting Ukrainian refugees, which is nice, but it's not enough. Supporting refugees is a very safe and non-controversial thing to do, and I don't think that safe measures work anymore, because if Western art, international culture doesn't stop normalizing, centering, and romanticizing Russian acceptable exotic, I'm sorry, but there will be more refugees.